Hello children. In the last video, we have gone through the detailed explanation of the chapter The Last Lesson. Now in this video, we are going with the detailed explanation of the question answers of NCERT. Okay, now the first question was, what was French expected to be prepared with for school that day? French was expected to be prepared with his lesson on participles. M. Hamel, his French teacher, he had announced that he would question the class on participles, but poor French didn't know even the first word about them. The second question is, what did French notice that was unusual about the school that day? Usually every morning, whenever he used to go to school, there was lot of commotion. There was the noise of opening and closing of the desk, lessons repeated in unison, the teacher's ruler striking on the table, etc. But that day everything was still. Students were already in their places. Not only that, the teacher was wearing his Sunday clothes, a green coat with frilled shirt and cap all embroidered. But most surprising thing was that the villagers were sitting quietly on the back benches that were always empty. The third question is, what had been put on the bulletin board? Bulletin board, generally an order has been put. So here an order that had come from Berlin had been put up on the bulletin board. The order was that from the next day only German would be taught in the schools of Alaska and Lorraine. The new teacher would join the school from the following day. The fourth question is, what changes did the order from Berlin cause in school that day? The order that came from Berlin impacted the life at school. Severally, all the students and villagers regretted for not learning their language while they had time. Everybody felt emotional and patriotic. For the first time, the students paid attention in the class and the teacher taught everything patiently. Now, let's go for the long answer. The first question for the long answer is, how did French's feeling about M. Hamel and school change? Answer is, French was shocked when M. Hamel told the student about the order from Berlin and that it was their last for French lesson. He forgot about his teacher's ruler and crankiness. Instead, he started liking M. Hamel as he was being separated from him forever. His feelings towards his school changed as he did not want to give up his books and lessons, which seemed to him like old friends. The next question is, the people in this story suddenly realized how precious their language is to them. What shows you this? Why does this happen? When the order had come from Berlin that only German would be taught in schools, people realized that it was the last day of learning their mother tongue. To show their affection for the language, many elderly people came to attend school, occupying the last benches, which had usually remained vacant earlier. Friends regretted not having learned French when M. Hamel suddenly appraised them of fact that they would become a laughing stock before the Prussians. Their language was their identity, the key to their prison. The strongest evidence of how important their language became can be taken from M. Hamel's mesmerizing last lesson. The next question is, French thinks, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? What could this mean? As cooing comes naturally to a pigeon, barking comes naturally to a dog. Similarly, French comes naturally to Frenchmen. Language is inherent to culture and identity. It is the heart of who we are as a person. France thinks that the Prussians can force the Frenchmen to speak German, but can they force the pigeons to sing in German too? No matter what the Prussians do, they will not be able to take away the love that the Frenchmen had for French in their hearts. Next question is, when a people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. Can you think of examples in history when where a conquered people had their language taken away from them or had a language imposed on them? Some examples of the native language taken away from conquered people or had a language imposed on them are: Portuguese became the language of Angola when it was colonized by Portugal. English was imposed on the Celtic people in Northern Ireland when it was conquered by Britain. Spanish was imposed on the Basques and the Catalanians when their lands were taken away by Spain. Next question: what happened to a linguistic minority in a state? How do you think they can keep their language alive? For example, Punjabis in Bangalore, Tamilians in Mumbai, Canadians in Delhi, or Gujaratis in Kolkata. A linguistic minority in a state cannot exercise linguistic skills like the natives of the state. At the workplace and educational organization, English or Hindi or any other linked language helps a lot to cope with the work and learning process. But when it comes to understanding the basic norms of the society, in order to socialize, they face linguistic barriers during communications. To keep their language alive, the linguistic minorities can form small communities where they can celebrate their festivals as per their traditions. They can also continue to speak their children, learn the language. They should also try to visit their native place at regular intervals to stay close to their roots. Next question: is it possible to carry pride in one's language too far? Do you know that linguistic chauvinism means? Yes, it is possible to carry pride in one's language too far if one is fond of one's language at the cost of others. Indifference towards other languages is not healthy for any democracy like India. When the sense of belonging to one's own language crosses the thin line between pride and being proud, it becomes linguistic chauvinism. It comes into the picture when a community or group feels that their language is superior to other languages. If people feel good about their languages and traditions, they must have tolerance for other languages too. Everybody has the right to follow the religion as well as speak the language as per their desire. In fact, it is denigrating to distort the names of communities. For example, Bongs for Bengalis, Gujjus for Gujaratis, etc. So here the explanation of the question answers has been completed. Hope you all are doing well and you are staying at home and being safe. Thank you.